not real. It's just a dream. Please, wake up. Wake up. This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, wake up. Wake up.
Howdy, friends and neighbors. This is friendly old Count Yorga here. Did that guy say wipe up? Wipe up? Wipe? I don't know. Let's do this, Chen.
And welcome back to TInTv Saturday Live.
Woo!
Woo!
Hey, everybody.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, we did a surprise pop-up tonight because we haven't done a lot of Tuesdays the last few weeks because of the holidays. But we're welcoming 2025 in with a double shot this weekend of some good news, some fun friends, and we're minus some people tonight, but they'll be here tomorrow. Yeah. All right.
We're so excited backstage. Nita's freaking out over here. It's great. You're freaking out over here. Hey, gal, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Hey, hello, everyone.
Count Yorga.
Yeah, Count Yorga.
Happy Kwanzaa, Craig.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah. Or is Hanukkah over with, Hiccal?
It's over with.
How was it? 8 crazy nights?
It was a crazy night because it ran over Christmas and New Year's, so that made it crazier.
Oh, that did make it crazy. And I saw you had dreidel. You were
Dreidel.
Yep.
We did. The kids love it.
That's awesome. Oh, 420 Wild Dragon, bong on. Jeff B, good to see you, my little friend.
Hey,
I love you, Jeff.
Craig, executive producer tonight.
Oh, no. That's Jay. But he's shopping right now. He's in Victoria's Secret. Holding bras. Be Charming, good to see you. Doc P, always good to see you. Jason M. Schmidt is in the house, everybody. Awesome guy. Willard Hall was here early. Angel Rose. Marla B, good to see you. Cola. If you haven't, please subscribe to Cola. She does have a great little channel. It's very late night stuff. I catch it early morning when I'm about to go hunting. They're still on at 4 or 5 in the morning, but I love it. It's great. You got to have something to watch. They do about 6-7 hours. I don't know how she does it. Cola, keep doing what you're doing. We love it.
Craig, since there's only the 4 of us, and how about I drop the link and we have Cola come up tonight?
Yeah.
Cola,
Sure,
will you honor us?
Just Cola, okay? Just Cola.
Just Cola.
Just
Jeff,
Cola.
Jeff B, don't you come up in the backstage showing your little pee-pee, but I'm going to look just in case.
Let's say hi to Lisa Parker and Marla B and Mary Freeland and Be Charming. A lot of them always say hi to me. But we do miss AB and Jay and Pootie and Shift Kicker, and we miss Stephanie, who's not in chat tonight.
I miss Stephanie.
Yeah, this was a pop-up. Steph didn't even know about it.
Don't really miss Pootie that much.
Yeah, I think Pootie ate a cookie and passed out.
I do miss AB a little bit. Especially now that I know AB was in the
See, I knew
video
you
back
missed
in the
him.
day.
I told him not to eat the whole thing.
He ate the whole thing.
And we got Colleen
Where's
Dawson
Jeff?
here, and Lady Dagger Status, Diane Wood, Cat Mom 87, Jersey Joe.
I love Diane Wood. She's so awesome.
Onami.
Love you, Diane Wood. Oh, Onami. Dennis Grigier is you. Onami. Good to see you, Onami. Paul Scott is in the house. Good to see you.
How do you say that last name? Dennis Giger.
I always say
Yeah. It's
Jigier.
French.
Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starfire. Good to see you.
Starfire.
Lady Dagger status. Good to see
Oh, and Jeff B. We got Jeff B in the
you. I
house.
love Jeff.
Of
I really do.
Song.
Jason Smith. Got Jason Smith, our mod.
Yeah,
Oh,
I already
Jason,
said hey
you
to
got
him.
Jason.
Jersey Joe. Good to see you. SM. Good to see you. Been a while.
Go. That is such a cool name. And Willard, he's always one of the first ones in. We love you, Willard.
Goody two shoes.
And Mary Frequent, your
Teacher's pet.
wish to get
That's what he is.
out a night early. So yeah.
Oh, Cat Mom's here. Cat Mom's here. Damon Austin. So glad you're here for the live. Sorry we do it on Sundays and Tuesdays, but tonight we did Saturday.
Yeah.
Lisa Starry's here. Good to see you, Lisa.
Ziva's mom.
We're just going to say hello to everybody in chat for the whole show. That's all we're doing. We have
That's
no
right.
stories.
A lot of
Nothing.
people said hi to me, and I'm just going to say a blanket hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Cheryl
Hey,
Rick.
Did you see this one? Penny Watkins, Moody Blues, 1952. Penny is in the house. Hello, Penny.
Cheryl Rich and Mike MQ is here. Good to see you, Mike. I wonder where Mary Shea is. Tell Mary Shea I said hello. I know she's right there.
Willard.
That's his. There she is, Mary Shea. Good to see you. She's high. Good to see you.
And Donna Bass. Thanks, you guys, all for showing up tonight. We got
Jeff B
kind of
coming
an
up.
interesting little show, a bunch of weird little finds. And hey, Craig, you want to verify that's
That is the real Cola. But wait, hold on, Cola. If that's you, show me your pee so I can take a picture of it. No, that is the real Cola, and she's.
So would
moving
you like
around.
to introduce or bring her up, and do your
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful woman. We've been knowing her for over almost 4 years now, and she's part of the community. A great lady, wonderful woman. Here she is. It's Cola.
What's up, y'all?
Yay!
Hey, y'all. I love
We're
this
so
show.
honored. We're so honored to have you.
Look, when you were saying that, you gave me just enough time. I was so nervous. I'm like trying to exit the other. I was like, why do I have an echo? I had just enough time to get rid of my echo.
Don't worry, we're all nervous. I always get like that when I come up here. I don't know why. It's very intimidating.
No.
It is.
Why?
Darn,
Because Jeff B's always in the chat saying mean things about me.
We love Jeff B, though.
I love you, Jeff.
And Diane says she's in is that Olympia? Is that OLY?
Oh, she might be right by. That's near you, right?
Yeah, Olympia, Washington. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, y'all got to hook up.
So,
That's apple juice.
where do we start tonight?
I know. What do we talk about?
Yeah. Where do
You
we
got a
start?
lot.
Oh, let's start us off.
Wherever you want to go.
Y'all
I
probably
mean,
already talked about all the same things before. The lightning striking the 4 different buildings, like God's mad.
yes, God is mad. Yeah, you were touching on. You're right. What was it? Empire State Building,
The Capitol.
the Capitol. It reminded me of the George Floyd thing.
Washington Monument, I think, wasn't it?
One of them. I'm trying to think.
It was the
Jesus
Washington
Christ.
Monument. But also, lightning struck right there by Craig in New Orleans. It was a lightning Ford.
It was a lightning Ford. And all right, so here's what I know about that, because I live here, I grew up in the city. Even though now I'm in the country, I did live there forever and grew up there, went to school there. But normally on like Mardi Gras, there would be dump trucks with sand at the foot of Canal in Bourbon to stop such a thing. That wasn't there. Of course, we know the barriers that were funded by Department of Homeland Security were being repaired, and those weren't there. They even have these yellow barriers that
Yeah, I saw those things.
sit on the sidewalk. They didn't even know they had them. They were in storage, and they didn't even install them properly. The man who made them can't get in touch with them to tell them how to install them properly. So we got LaToya Destroya. That's our mayor. She's a Democratic mayor. She's, I mean, look, the city of Compton's great. That's where she's from. She's not from New Orleans. So it's totally political.
LaToya Destroya,
That's what we call her. It's LaToya Cantrell. That's the mayor, but she's a Democratic mayor, and we call her LaToya the Destroyer because she pretty much destroyed the city. Well, it wasn't just all her fault. There's others involved. So, but anyway, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't add up with the whole thing. Now, the gentleman, I can't even call him a gentleman, the dirty dog, or possibly, how do you say this, Tin, lightly? Possibly working with the FEDs, because it doesn't say, it's all fishy. But the Shamshuddin Jabari guy who drove the truck also rented an Airbnb close by in the St. Roch area, which is a dangerous neighborhood. I'm surprised he didn't get taken out in that before any of this happened, because that's a really dangerous hood. And we can do better in New Orleans. We can do better. But anyway.
So which one was that?
This is the guy who was driving the truck. So he
Okay,
supposedly set up these devices at this home, and this home was put on fire. That's how they responded to it. There was first initial reports that there was 3 gentlemen and a woman planting devices. Right. Local media was, so I trust my local source. Then all of a sudden it changes. But you got to remember, the FBI, when they came out to statement, they said this was not a T attack. That's
I know.
The first thing they said. So that doesn't make a lot of sense.
So I found this little clipping on TikTok because there's been so much going on. So these are the 2 things, right? That well, here, let me see if this is right.
Oh, Clay B's there. Good to see Clay B. He knows.
Cybertruck used at the Las Vegas Trump Tower explosion and the truck used in the New Orleans New Year's Eve attack were both rented from the same car company, Turo. What are the odds of that? In the United States, there are over 2,500 different rental car companies, with Enterprise, Avis, and Hertz being the top 3. Yet both of these attackers used Turo, a ride-sharing company. Think of it as the Airbnb for cars. I guess it makes sense because these cars are left by individual owners at random drop sites all across the United States where nobody is there to patrol the activity and nobody will see you in person. But the idea that both attackers had the same train of thought and carried out these attacks in less than 24 hours is a little bit more than strange. So is it
a little more than strange? And that's right, Jeff. If you listen to our senator, they speak different. So, but then also, Tin, they're trying to tell you the guy in Vegas did both. He did this and this at the same time.
Well, and they're saying with the guy in the flaming thing in the background there, right, that he already had a hole in his head or something, and then they DNA his burned, charred, remains, and the kids said that's not like, but yet they both worked. They work together, you guys, too. And then I was thinking, this is just a conspiracy thing, okay? So what if this is like a commercial, too, for Tesla? Like, look, our shit can take a licking and it keeps on ticking. Ooh.
Really should. And the stock went down. I thought Tesla stock should have gone up because it withstood a lot of abuse there. And people were protected. The building was protected because of the sturdy construction.
Craig, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
You had mentioned before, going back to New Orleans, the guy was staying at a Airbnb. Who in the hell would open an Airbnb in a bad part of town?
Oh yeah, well that's where they had to go. See, that's another thing. Certain parts of the city they do not allow them. So, but they'll have like a short term. So I don't know if it was actually an Airbnb or a short term rental.
Okay.
They have both, and they have rules against Airbnb in New Orleans. So that could be a
Well,
factor.
it's like, they said that private owners just leave the cars and people come and pick them up and then they use them, right?
Oh yeah, for this tour, and that's more of an exotic. So like if you want to drive a Corvette or a Ferrari, I think they do stuff like that. So, but also that's where you get a Tesla or a Ford Lightning. So
Well, and then I found this too, where these two are connected from the same lady on TikTok.
Violence attacker and the Cybertruck Trump Tower Las Vegas attacker have more in common than just renting their cars from Turo. Let's get into it. They are both U.S. Army veterans. They both served in Afghanistan in 2009. And this one is just crazy. They both worked together at the same military base. They both had attacks that happened on New Year's Day, 2025. They both were unalived in those attacks. They both worked in IT. And wait, there's more. They both supported the Democratic Party. The New Orleans attacker made several contributions to Act Blue, a fundraising PAC for Democratic candidates. It's unclear exactly where the Las Vegas attacker stood, but thanks to Facebook, we know his wife was very anti-Trump and posted that on her page. And since he chose to carry out an attack in front of Trump Tower, I think they were on the same page. As if that's not enough, we could draw our own conclusions based on this shirt that he is wearing. I asked Grok if he could read the images of this shirt, and he said, yes, it translates to Ukrainian, quote, glory to Ukraine. We all know what administration is very pro-Ukraine. Kind of reminds you of another attacker, doesn't it? I knew when we found out that they both rented cars from Turo that there was something more going on here. And it turns out that was just the tip of the iceberg. As more information comes forward, and I will let you know, but as always, I want to hear what you.
Well, there's something else. There's something else about him. The Las Vegas guy, the Liversburger. He was into
or Mad Berg, because he had an alias. Didn't he go by two different names, Hickow?
Yes, he was in a Black Rock movie. Yes, he was in two of those shows with them. And so he had a history with them. And he did use that alias also. And some people are saying that if you use the time track, that with him stopping.
Breaking news, the Las Vegas police have just announced.
Yeah, with him stopping along the way, there's no way that he could have made that travel along that way, is what they say. And they said it's funny that he wore that headlamp and obscured his face. So
and he also went a longer route. Didn't he go it was a weird route that he took.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and when he stopped to charge, the Teslas can see like 20 different cameras, and there's nothing there. And how did his license not get burned up, and his passport and all that stuff not get burned up?
That always
But
happens.
he can't be recognized.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like something else where that went and 9 something and all those passports just started like, who takes their passport to work? Yeah, I do.
Everything disintegrated but those.
They must
Yeah, but there's one other aspect to this. That guy supposedly was a what do you call it? A demolition expert or whatever. Like he knew how to make bombs, he knew how to defuse bombs, and everything in that Tesla was a joke, man. Coleman camping fluid, a bunch of regular old fireworks and stuff, man. It don't add up.
It don't add up. It doesn't add up. It stinks. It stinks.
Well, and the one guy, the Tesla dude here, he worked for a drone company or something.
Involved drones. You know this for two reasons. One, his ex-girlfriend came forward with messages that Matt was texting her about the Cybertruck just days before the explosion. And in those text messages, he said, quote, "I'm building drones in my new position. You would love it." And now Sean Ryan, the famous podcaster, former Navy SEAL, and CIA contractor, has released an email from the Las Vegas attacker saying that he wanted to blow the whistle on something that was going on before January 1st, that he felt that people possibly in the intelligence agencies were after him and he wanted to get this information out. Sean Ryan released this email and now said that he's going to be off of social media. He's going to be offline for a while for his own protection.
Now, the whole Sean Ryan thing, you guys, that's been all over today. And I'm sorry that there's something a little sketch about this whole Sean Ryan thing, too. Don't you think, Kickout?
That's right. Yes. He, how can, he says he's going into hiding and it won't be him posting, but there will be posts. And why is he turning everything over to the F, the B, and the I? Why is he turning everything over to them when we all know about them? And if he's some big intel guy, why is he going to send these letters to Sean Ryan, who also has a history and has a past with them? And why are they, if he was such so concerned about this, why is there another letter and the letters don't match up? And I also got a question about how come they can get all this intel off of him and his Facebook and they couldn't do anything about when Trump was. They can't get anything off that guy. But one other thing about this guy is that if he was truly being tracked, he said, they're tracking me, they're following me. That was true. Why was he taking his phone? Why was he sending these letters? Why did he say to hold off the letter? Because if he was holding off the letter, they would have already seen it. He sent it to him and said, don't share it. But if they're tracking him, why was he? And he said, I've got weapons and I've got this in the car and it's loaded down. He says, so they're not going to be able to get me. I don't think that's going to stop them.
Hick out
this mention of the border too, going to the border, trying to make it there. That was in there.
Well, here's something about this supposed letter, you guys.
This email that was supposedly written by the Cybertruck Las Vegas attacker that was released yesterday on the Sean Ryan show has more than a couple of things that make you question its authenticity. For example, when you are writing an email and you misspell something or make a typo, or you write a word that the computer does not recognize, like gravitic, it will underline it with these red dots telling you that it's a typo and you're able to right click and correct it or replace it with another word. But when you receive an email, even if there's typos, there's no red underlines on it. And yet this email that was released from the Sean Ryan show has several of them, which makes you wonder if the email was even sent or if somebody copy and pasted it and put it in a Word doc and then released it. I don't know. Also, at the very beginning of the email, he says, first off, I am not under duress or hostile influence or control. My first car was a 2006 black Ford Mustang V6 for verification. Well, the internet did its thing and they pulled his car records, and his first car was not a 2006 Ford Mustang. It was a 1998 Ford Mustang. So how do you just forget the answer to your security question and your first car, your verification, or was he not the one that wrote the email? Unrelated, but also super odd that this guy was on a reality show on the History Channel. Just another attacker in the last 12 months that just happened to be on TV. All I know at this point is that nothing adds up. As always, I want to hear what you think about all.
Jeff B's security question is a 1986 Ford Escort with ABS.
And people left comments that it's not real, it's a psyop. They had to edit it to back the name. Sean Ryan and the team missed this detail, ? Is no one trustworthy? Who tells people in their manifesto the details of your first car? LOL. The government won't answer us about drones. This is convenient for them. They need you to believe this version. I mean, and there's just goes on with comments on this thread or, post.
Doc P brings up a good point. Tim Kennedy initially posted Matt Berg. Does anybody know who this guy is? Because they were saying this Green Beret. Well, Tim Kennedy, you knew who he was because you were on a show with him. There was a show about, and now granted, he may have not put it together because they were calling him Matt Livelsberger, whatever the full name is. And he went by this alias as well. So, I don't know what, but it just seems there's so much sus here.
Well, look,
we're just common folk. What do we know?
Right. Clay B. Road is right. I heard that also. The DNA did not match the baby.
That's what they want to say, though. I think they pushed that out because, well, Sean Ryan even mentioned that. How they mentioned, said, don't say anything about this, but they said it. It was out. It was put out there. So
Two Blah made a comment. Go ahead and read it, Craig. Two Blah's out there.
Did you know both guys were at Fort Bragg, and the guy on the golf course that tried to shoot Mr. T went to Fort Bragg to visit several times.
Yes.
It's very connected here, it seems, isn't it? It's a big bull. Jeff, do you know what's going on, Jeff B? Please, if you have any intel that you can give us, let us know.
But, the thing that gets me is, we're talking about these current events right here, and how nothing adds up. Let's go back a couple of months when that guy tried to poo-poo Trump on that rooftop, man. And none of that adds up, but nobody's talking about it anymore.
Nobody's talking about it. We got to wait.
Did you guys see the New Year's show with Anderson Cooper and that comedian Whitney?
Oh, my God, yes.
Did you notice that one sentence she said? She says, and Trump's shooter had no silverware in their house, but nobody thinks that's weird. I had not heard that. It was like a short joke she put in there.
Yeah, they went into his apartment or house or whatever, and it was completely tidy, completely cleaned. All the silverware was gone.
Do you think any of the information will be left when Kash Patel is the head of that? Do you think
I hope he takes care of it.
I'm excited for Kash Patel.
Yeah, I think they will because there's trails. There's tons of.
Did y'all see that reporter?
Wait, which one?
The reporter that went in to the house afterwards and was the door was left open and she was walking around.
I had something on that. Let me see.
You're right.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's just weird. That place should have been secured. Why was all that left just laying there?
Mary I guess it's Shea, Mary Shea Mahikes. She wrote, "Did you know Soros, Hillary, Boner, Mitt Romney, they all got medals today. It was the Presidential Medal of Freedom. To Soros and Hillary, what the hell did they ever do for freedom?
Hillary, they're the champions of it, Yorga. But
let's get back somebody from Benghazi, God.
Our illustrious Jason M. Schmidt brought this to my attention to look up how many people are at Fort Bragg. So there could be connections here because there's 260,000 people, including 53,700 troops, 14,000 civilian, 98,000 military family members. Contractors make up about 4,000. Army retirees. I didn't know they had a retiree place there. They got about 98,000 of them. So a lot of people.
It's a big base.
She said approximately 55,000 military and 8,000 civilians. That's a lot. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. This is it was just like the beginning of last year because you remember something went kapooey too, but that was an RV in front of a building. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Last Christmas, the RV.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nashville, yeah.
Wait. I remember one at the AT&T thing.
AT&T.
That was like wasn't that about 4 years ago? That was longer.
No, I think it was last.
It was during the election. I thought it was right after the. Yeah, because they were trying to. There was some involved there.
It's out here in chat, you guys. When was that? Was it last Christmas or not this 24, but Christmas of 23? Or was it 22?
Because there was stuff stored there on the servers.
Damn it, Jeff. I know I need glasses.
I don't know. There's just Mary Freeland wrote Fort Bragg renamed Fort Liberty, and she lives about 70 miles from. Ooh.
Jeff says 5 years ago, but he's wrong. Doc P says 3 to 4 years, and he's right.
And Linquist said
20.
Linquist, I trust her. She said 2022. Wow, has it been that long?
I'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, it just seems like why is like we always got to start the year off with
explosion.
Yeah, and not only that, then we got the Speaker of the House thing that we wanted to mention here.
Frodo.
Hey, Gal, did you want to lead us into the Speaker of the House thing here?
Okay, that was rather interesting because I found out some interesting stuff by listening to the talk that was going on before and after. There were 9 holdouts, and the reason they did that, apparently they all coordinated together to have 9 because remember there had to be 1 to vacate the seat for Speaker of the House. But Nancy Pelosi changed that. Do you have something to say, Craig?
No, I was just agreeing with hand motions. Oh. I'm sorry. I get excited, Gal. I agree with hand motions.
But so by having those 9 holdouts, they were trying to show him we have 9 people, and if you don't listen to us, you don't do what you agreed to, then we have 9 people that can vacate your seat, and you won't have that job. And the 2 that went up and changed their vote at the end, that's kind of sketchy for them because it's going to make them have a hard time because others are going to not like them because they did that because they withheld that vote and they went up there and they had to approach the bench and change their vote. And that was all very interesting. And they say that when they went back there, those 2 guys, when they went back there, that Trump actually called and talked with Johnson and them and made some final deals. So, and when if you were watching, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on the phone trying to get Massey to change, and he wouldn't change. He'd said he wasn't. And when he says something, that's one thing you can depend on him. If he says it, he sticks to it. And she was talking to Trump's aide and trying to get him, but he said no, he wasn't doing it. He didn't. So that's one thing about him. So
I like him. I like Massey. He seems like the only real one out there. But
yeah,
that's just me.
And there was here's another thing. If you go and do not do any vote, you don't even appear, then that can change the balance of the numbers. And that is why you saw some people throw out somebody else's name instead of voting for Jeffries or Johnson. They throw out another name because then it keeps the balance that way. And because if there are no shows, it means instead of having 219, then if somebody wasn't there, it brings it down to 218. So that's what, when Massey kept his vote over there, it made it lower that he only had to have the 218. So that was the reasoning for that. I know a lot of people were mad at him, but he was trying to drop the number because they were trying to rig it. That's why that one Democratic lady got up and said these other islands and countries like Virgin Islands and stuff like that should have a say in a vote. She was trying to bring them in, and thankfully they didn't allow that. So there was a lot going on. That was like tense to watch.
And then the outcome of it, this is from a liberal's point of view. So this gal's not very happy, but listen to what she's saying because some of these things are kind of good. I'll stop it if you guys want me to on each one.
Happened. First, Mike Johnson did keep his seat as Speaker of the House. And second, they passed a rules package. Here's what's in it and how it will affect you. First up, amend the National Voter Registration Act of 1993 to require proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections and for other purposes. What are the other purposes?
Ooh, did you hear that, you guys?
Yeah, but what is this telling us this? What is that? Is that a guy or a girl, Tim? What is this I'm looking at?
This is from a liberal point of view.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Hold on. I got to go puke real quick.
Well, and
Jeff B is going to love this part.
Come on. We got to
Sorry.
be nice because the thing is she's bringing up some points that the liberals may not be happy with, but we should be. One is verification, to be able to vote. That's good. So that it went with this vote.
Purposes, I don't know. They're going to reclassify fentanyl as a more serious substance.
Okay, fentanyl will be reclassified as a much more serious substance. So that means there'll be more criminal things involved. Think about it. We can take the DDs off the street and stuff and maybe get these people healed, if they make fentanyl not so recreational.
We should invade Mexico. Sorry.
Because Portland's just covered. Seattle, it's fetty.
I know where it's coming from, right? It's coming from Mexico. That's where we got to go. We got to really just take out Mexico.
But it's also originally over in China because
that's where the
raw materials. So if they reclassify this drug, that's a good one, you guys.
Prohibit any moratorium on fracking. They made up a rule that says doctors would have to try and save the life of a, quote, child who survives an abortion. This is going to be vague and dangerous.
Why is that going to be vague and dangerous? If a child does survive from that, why shouldn't a doctor be able to try to save the child's life? If that's what God wants the doctor to do, well then, and before, you're telling me it was illegal before? So they just passed something here? That's borderline some, okay, anyhow.
Assaulting a law enforcement officer, a deportable offense.
Ooh, so if you assault a law enforcement officer and you're not from here, you'll be deported. I think that's fair, right? Don't you think so?
That's good. Yeah, I thought they were talking about for us. I was going to say, man, that would suck. For them, yeah, that's fine.
And then they're going to revoke the federal funds to the sanctuary cities.
Revoke federal funds to sanctuary cities that, quote, harbor illegal aliens. Impose criminal immigration penalties for intentionally fleeing a federal police officer.
So if you flee a federal police officer, you're going to get deported if you're not supposed to be here.
Require the Secretary of Homeland Security to take into custody aliens who have been charged in the United States with theft and for other purposes. What are the other purposes?
Whatever they do wrong.
It's a sex offense or domestic violence can be deported.
Hell yeah.
For a school to get Title IX funds, they must recognize that there are only two sexes, male or female, and it is determined.
Yeah, I like that one too, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it's originally written.
They will subpoena Merrick Garland, Mark.
Now listen to this. They're going to subpoena Merrick Garland, Mark Daley, and Jack Morgan to ask them more questions about Hunter Biden.
Daley and Jack Morgan to ask him more questions about Hunter Biden. They are required to continue efforts to use AI in government, and they will permanently close the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. It's going to be a wild and probably often cruel year. I'll be here.
Oh, it's going to be a cruel year.
Oh, it's going to be so horrible for us.
but they got through a bunch of stuff, other things.
Yeah.
So, I just thought it.
That poor little boy.
But yeah, the speaker in the House's thing is, they're freaking out.
Did y'all see where Biden's going to make sure the flag is at half-mast for Carter when Trump gets inaugurated? I mean, that's just, the guy's been dead for a month, man,
They just put him, did today. They put him in the ground today, didn't they? Or was that?
It has to do that for 30 days. So.
What's that? The flag?
Yeah, it has to remain that way for 30 days.
I need to look up what day he croaked.
A lot of weird stuff. Okay, so ready, guys?
Hey, all you cool cats, it's time for Craig the Hunter's news segment.
First, Willard. Willard, is my microphone loud enough for you? Freaking goody two shoes, always here early. First one here. Hi, I'm Willard. I'm the little goody two shoes. Everybody stay the fuck away from Willard. He's a goody two shoes. All right. And now for your TInTv Mostly True News Report. I am Jimmy Carter. I always use the recently dead. Whenever they die, I try to get them. I got to go for because I can't use the live ones because they might sue me.
Yeah, well, I'm still mad at him for selling off the Panama Canal for $1.
I'm sorry, Tin. I didn't mean to give the Panama to them Chinese people. Well, actually, the Panamanians, but then the Chinese came in and took it.
Yeah, they did because they operate all the tugboats.
They're sneaky. They're also building highways on little islands, if you'll notice, near Australia. I don't know if y'all know about that. But first, for the real and good news, abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. And that's John 15:4-5. And I love that one. Woo! Sorry, I get pumped up. This segment of Mostly True News is sponsored by a revolutionary new drain cleaner, Hit Gals, Jew It Down. Animal, vegetable, mineral, nothing can stop the insatiable appetite of this cleaner. Don't call a plumber. Call Hit Gal. $15.99 for the first minute, $4.99 for each additional minute. Available now by appointment.
And it's kosher. And it's kosher, Craig.
It is also kosher. It was prepared in a separate sink. Just so you know.
Right.
All right, now we got this freaking... I'm so tired of this, but I got to do it. And now for Breaking Jeff B. Reamer, you know you are a reamer. Well, can you put your head in your ass? Oh, no. I said, reamer, you're nothing but a reamer. You run when that dick hits your head. Oh, no. I said, far up, past the hole, the tube, the rectal shelf. I'm off. You know, well, you know, you had it coming to you. Now, dick ducking is all you can do. Reema, you stupid little Reema. So now you put your head in your ass. Oh, no. I just like the little music. It's great. Sorry.
Yeah, musical interlude.
I screwed that one up a little bit, but it's okay. We'll do another one tomorrow night, Jeff, because we're coming back on Sunday to sing about you again. We love you, Jeff. Thank you. That's about Jeff B, everybody in the chat. That's him. All right. And now for comments from the chat from last show. Lisa Bama by the Bay writes, thanks, everyone, for the fantastic show. Happy New Year. Love you. And see you all in 2025. Benjamin Kundari, I can't believe he was awake, says, Happy New Year, everyone. Ange D says, Happy New Year, TInTv and company. Greatest late night talk show ever. Many blessings and much love to all. Well, that's a big thing we got to live up to. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice. I once, you know who I once is. TInTv, prayer in hands, and a heart. Thank you, I once. BD Golden writes, goodbye 2024, hello 2025. Happy New Year to all TInTv family. Joe Carol Dobbs writes, great show tonight, everyone. Prayers for everyone who is in need of them, and even for the ones who don't ask for prayers. Crazy Craig, you topped the show off with your singing, and it made me crack up. Thank you, Joe Carroll. I know Jeff didn't like it that much. Have a blessed week, everyone, and God bless. Hit Gal, who I don't know who this lady is, but she's always in the chat. May everyone have a happy, blessed new year. Don't drink and drive, stay home, and watch TInTv reruns. Actually, Hit Gal, that's the best advice I ever heard. Oh, that's good. Sean Stryker writes, Craig the Hunter, that song hits different with a sore throat. Thank you, Sean. I love you, and you are a genius and an awesome dude. So thank you, Sean. Peggy Chappell writes, could you ask Hit Gal to explain Noahian laws? Should the non-Jew be fearful? Love you guys. Been watching you guys from almost the beginning. Big fan. So do you know what she's talking about, Hit Gal?
Is she talking about the Noahide laws?
That's it, the Noahide laws. See, her spell check made it spelled something different here because she called you High Coral. I figured that was you. You must be okay. High Coral. So.
Oh, there we go. I'll take that too. I've been called worse.
But do you know what she's talking about there with those?
Yeah, I don't think so because the Noahide laws they adhere to themselves for their specific. They're very strict in their laws, and it wouldn't allow them to be a problem.
Okay.
At all.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Hit Gal. We appreciate that. And that was Hit Gal, y'all. She's right here. There she is. Oh.
Somewhere.
Somewhere on the screen. There she is. There we go. That was a big shot of her. This main segment of Mostly True News is sponsored by AB's 1 pound fish. Come on, ladies, 1 pound fish. Have a look, 1 pound fish. Available now where aquariums are sold. I really wish he was here to see.
I know, I do.
Just 1 pound. Wait, let me sing it again. Come on, lady, 1 pound fish. First in the news. Sometimes, folks, y'all don't get it, but we get it. It's Christmas for the elephants as unsold Christmas trees are fed to the animals at the Berlin Zoo.
Oh, that's a good way to get rid of them.
That's what we do. We like to feed the elephants the Christmas tree. They absolutely love it. I don't like that this hit gal is on the panel. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we're way too far. Sorry.
Okay.
For the elephants and others at the Berlin Zoo, it's finally time to unwrap their Christmas presents. Trees that didn't find a home this festive season were given to some of the animals on Friday in what has become an annual event. Elephants tore off the branches with their trunks, lobbing them around their enclosure, sounds dangerous, or eating the greenery. That's what I'd be doing. 420 Wild Dragon be smoking that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Hit it hot. Ooh. The zoo takes only fresh, unsold trees, not the frocked ones, from select vendors. It doesn't accept trees from the public, which could contain chemicals or leftover decorations. You don't want your elephant eating a globe bulb or, some sort of light.
Oh, could you imagine they getting choked by one of those little...
Choked by...
My daughter ate one time. It can't hurt you.
Her stomach lit up for a night. It was beautiful, but then she pooped it out. They don't just serve... Oh, wait, this is in German. I'm sorry. They don't just serve as food. They are also used to keep the animals occupied, said Florine Six, the zoo creator of mammals. The animals can fight with them. They can rub themselves against them. They can throw themselves over them and various other things with these fir trees. Just even I was watching Inglourious Bastards trying to get the character right. He added, and so we enrich the animals' everyday lives, which they also are very happy about. While the elephants eat up much of the trees, other animals take more curious approaches. This year, the giraffes got a belated stocking filler for the first time, suspended upside down at a height of their heads. Max enjoyed more than a taste of greenery, but companion Mugambi appeared unconvinced after inspecting it. So even the giraffes got involved. Next in the roll top desk in the corner. Missing dog returned to family home and rang the doorbell. It's a good puppy.
I love that one.
After nearly a week-long search, Athena found her way home to her Floridian family in time for Christmas Eve and even rang the doorbell. Athena, a 4-year-old German Shepherd and Husky mix. The mixes are always a little smarter, I find. Escaped her home in Green Cove Spring, Florida on December 15th, prompting a search among the community and nearby towns for her. Her owner, Brooke Comer, said her family left for church that day and got a message from the neighbor with a picture of Athena outside the house. Comer panicked. Her family rushed home to find her collar and crate, no visible Athena anywhere, and she had just gotten out. How she escaped remains a mystery. The next week, events continued to be an unbelievable story for Comer when neighbors and community members from nearby towns were contacting her about the missing dog ads. They were spotting Athena everywhere. At every alert, Comer and her family would go to the spot within minutes and search for Athena, to no avail. She was running away. The entire search was terrifying and scary experience for Comer, who was worried about where her already sketchy dog could have gone or could have encountered. That was until 2:30 a.m., like a drunken schoolboy, the Christmas Eve, when she rang the doorbell and notified the family with some barking. As soon as Comer opened the door, Athena bolted inside and went to lick her son's face, who was half asleep on the couch. After that, she immediately grabbed her ball to play and shortly went into her cage and went back to sleep like nothing had happened.
Oh, that's a good
But it's a great story. And then she was also mentioned that she did go and get Athena microchipped, just in case for the next time, so she'll be easier to find. And this concludes. And this is the conclusion of this delusion that we call your TInTv Mostly True News Report. I am Craig the Hunter.
You got a tie for it?
Well, let me tell you why I did this tie. I was on my way to the deer stand, and the road is flooded, and I jumped a whole flock of beautiful, beautiful wood ducks. And so I wore the duck tie because I plan on going back and murking every one that I saw.
Okay, can I explain something? That because Honey West is worried about being beheaded. Noahides are very. Yeah, she says that or they said that they can behead Christians. The Noahide laws are the laws before the 10 Commandments. It's from Adam to Noah. And here are the 7 laws. Do not worship idols. Don't curse God. Don't commit murder. Don't commit adultery or immorality. Don't steal. Don't eat flesh torn from a living animal, and establish courts or legal systems to ensure obedience. And that's the 7 laws that went from Adam to Noah. So I don't think you got to worry about them beheading you. Now, that doesn't mean there's not rogue people that aren't going to take stuff and go a little crazy, like anything, you know.
Plus, you know what? We don't believe the laws of Noah anymore because we have a new covenant, Hickow. I'm sorry. I was just reading about that today because when I'm in the deer stand, I listen to my audio Bible. And what was it? Where was I today? I was in Mark. Yeah, it was Mark, I believe. But I've also been throwing some Old Testament in there too to get a good mix. So
Did you know that? And I don't know the exact verse or whatever, but people weren't allowed to eat animals until after the flood. It was, I guess, all vegetables before then.
Oh wait, I didn't know about during the flood, but I know in Acts the blanket came down with and they said all animals are clean to eat.
Yeah, that means even more are ready to eat. But after Noah, landed and everything, that's when God came down and said, "All right, now you can eat animals," which is like, "All right, you two stay on the boat because I'm going after you."
Noah took 7 of the animals that they could eat.
Okay.
If you notice, there's 2 of every animal, but of certain kinds they could take 7.
Oh,
it says that.
They need it for
Mm-hmm.
Because what was the total length of time of? Wasn't it? Now it rained for 40 days, but I believe it was 13 months until they actually landed on the
Mount Ararat. Yeah, it took a while. I'm not sure how long it was, but
I believe it was 13 months. Who knows? That's
And somebody in chat said that they thought it was hard to believe that an elephant could sustain, its massive, self as a vegetarian. I don't know. And whoever that was in chat, I don't know. I saw that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, some of the biggest dinosaurs were vegetarians, like the brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus, which I believe was a dragon.
Just like a whale shark eats plankton.
Plankton. Whales eat plankton. You're right, Jorga. Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, can somebody Google that in chat? Because I can't do that right now.
I know this big fat lady. All she eats is Cheerios.
If you take the 7 laws and what happens is you break them down. The 10 commandments and the 7 laws are still in effect. In fact, the 7 laws are part of the 10 commandments.
Right.
And if you take them, what they're doing is they're adding to the laws. That's what we've done. It's just like we've all added unto the laws, We've added things to them. So they'll say, here's your basic laws, Just like when a kid is 2, you give them certain rules, and then as they get older, you add on to those rules, So that's kind of how I think of it.
Well, and they had so many laws that they had to go hick out with everything, with preparation of all the stuff that they
613.
Yeah, Deuteronomy.
I knew it was over 500. I didn't know what the.
Yeah, I think that's in Deuteronomy, isn't it, Hickow?
Yeah, 613. But how many laws do we have on the books?
A million.
Boy, we probably have way more than that because they never take them off. Hickow, that's why they're lawmakers. That's all they do. They're lawmakers. They're not law takers. So
you're gonna have to show your ID to vote. That's a positive. Think about that one.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it safe.
Exactly.
That's a big positive. I think I told y'all, not the last time I voted, but the time before, lady asked me for my ID. It's messed up because I've got a voting card. They don't want to see that. They want to see my ID, and that's fine. And I asked the lady as I was walking away, I said, what if I didn't have an ID? And she just hung her head low and went, well, we've got ways of dealing with that. You could still vote. I'm like, that's bullshit.
The majority of the time we don't do that here because we're such a small town. Everybody knows us. And so they're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, everybody knows everybody.
We know who she is. Oh, by the way, everybody, we want to mention Cola is the beautiful woman that is up on panel with us. She also has a channel. Please go subscribe to her channel. She's starting to grow it. She's doing late night lives. Wonderful. Great to see you, Cola.
Or early morning.
Early morning, late nights, or whenever she wants to.
She's got a graveyard shift stream.
But we need all hours covered because
let her chime in because she's probably nervous being up here with us.
Oh, me.
She's a pro.
I'm not a pro, but yeah, I mostly just try to stay out of everybody that's already been doing this forever's way. You know, like I try to go late because nobody's on late. I try to go nights people didn't. I might go a little earlier if nobody's doing that. I know, you know, somebody's always live, but I just try to stay out of everybody's way, you know.
Don't even worry about it. Cola. Don't even worry about that. Even if we're on, I want you to go on, and we're going to tell everybody to go to you because that'll make us feel better because we get nervous up here.
No, you don't. I totally, one of my very first ones, I found out 10 was on, and I shut it down, and I said, everybody go to 10s because that's where I'm going.
Miss Mendersue wants your link, Cola.
Oh, I don't have a wrench.
Wait, somebody's going to drop it. Wait, we have Jason. Jason, can you find colas and drop or any mods that we may have available? We should make Jeff be a mod.
We should make Jeff be a mod. And then he could kick you and me out.
He would kick me out. He would time me out for sure because I'm not a mod. Damn it.
Jason will grab it, won't you? Jason?
Eventually, somebody will find it.
Yeah.
Does he have it?
We don't have
I don't have hardly anybody, and I feel like it's hard to find.
Well, wait, he can click on it though. It'll be easy for a mod.
Well, I guess somebody had to send it to me because I had a hard time finding your channel too.
Somebody said the @cola 6052 helps, but it's because it's so little. You know, there's nobody.
Well, where did I get you big?
Wait, Tim, we need you to drop it. Jason can't do it. Jason's hands are full, he said.
Okay, let me see.
I've got it.
Sorry, Jason.
I've got it.
You got it,
good.
Don't you?
Yes, I've got it.
Okay.
I just got to get back to your channel.
Seriously, Cola, I love what you're doing, and I enjoy it. And we all, this community is so big. We've been together, all of us, for some 4 years. We even love Jeff B. Does that tell you something?
I've been watching this forever. I don't even remember. And I know a lot of people remember Dangerous Freedom, and I feel like that's where a lot
of us met. You're right.
Mm-hmm. That was a long time ago now. I can't believe it's been 3 years since he was even. That's crazy.
That's nuts. Rest in peace, Ron. We miss you.
And I went from so nervous. I would only go to the backstages, and then I'll go on a couple panels, and then I'll just be bored in the middle of the night. I was like, well, I want somebody to go live. And I was like, well, maybe I'll do it. And
I'm glad you took the step. That's what I love.
It's hard though. I don't see how any of you guys are all used to it now. You're like professionals on here. It's like ready for cable TV.
Oh no! It's like a Pink Floyd song. They just pump us with drugs. Keep us ready for one more show.
You tell each other to meet each other on the dark side of the moon, but it's more like the Fun House over on Telegram. But
yeah, go check out TInTv on Telegram.
Yes.
And I was on Telegram. They kicked me out.
Well, we got to fix that, Yorga.
Y'all know that's a fib.
A fib.
Do you see what Chessboard says about how many laws there are on our books?
No, what was the number?
348,000, he says. I believe it.
Good. I would believe it because they don't get rid of them. There's still.
Well, there's so many of them. I mean, think about the dog, the stuff with your dog and stuff like that. I mean,
Catfish in a catfish pond. It's not yours. We got crazy stuff like that. There's all kind of weird laws.
Do any of you guys read any of the Apocrypha or Enoch or anything like that? Those books they say they took. You do?
We have the book of Enoch and the Apocrypha.
I've seen Enoch, and I've got a new Apocrypha coming. I'm really excited about it, but I don't have any idea where to start and exactly where it fits in that gap between something like 400 years or something.
I'm totally interested in it, but my wife won't let me read it because she says he was a demon guy, or I don't know. There's something she says.
3 Enochs. Yeah, it's when I'm kind of scared too. I'm not gonna lie. I read the first.
I'm confused about it. Yeah.
there's 3 different ones, and there's a lot of stuff said about it. So I don't know about the other 2, but the one sounds it goes right with Genesis. It sounds it's crazy. I don't know. I'm a little scared of it.
No, but I totally believe in the giants.
Because Hickal's in our life so that we can ask her, because she's studied a lot of that stuff, haven't you, Hickal?
Yeah.
Well, Enoch basically is still alive because he never died. God took him up to heaven.
Right.
Correct. He was the only one. Am I wrong about that?
No, there's been three throughout the Bible, and Elijah was the other one, and then another guy that I can't remember his name. Something with the M.
No, but thank you for that. Not Melchizedek. Melchizedek?
It might have been. Does that start with an M?
Yes, because Jesus is a priest in the order of Melchizedek. So
That's
you're right about
That's
that. It was Melchizedek. You're right. Good job. Thank you, Yorga. I'm so glad the Jews kicked you out. I'd rather you with the
Christians. You know, sometimes you got to take the B team, you know, the mud hens. I'm going with the mud hens.
Sorry, Hickel, but you lose.
Why are non-Jews a B team? That's not a B team. I told you, the people that the Jews study, believe it or not, they study the New Testament, and they really do believe that the non-Jewish, what's considered non-Jewish, are going to be the chosen ones, because they're going to lead the Jews who have gone astray away from God and turned their back on Him, and they're going to be the ones to say and point to the Messiah when He comes back.
Well, you know, you could read the Old Testament, and you know it well, that the Israelites, they screwed up a bunch of times with God. You know, where He would just turn His back on them and go, "Y'all got it, man," you know? And then they'd eventually come back, and then they'd do it again. And what's the word I'm looking for?
Agent J, get back to shopping with your wife.
No, get up here.
No, he's a no. We don't want him or AB.
No, I want him up here, please.
No, he sold us out. He was shopping with his wife.
He's got the fog, so he's got to come up. Jay, do you got the link? Do I need to?
You know what kind of fog he's talking about. He's talking about that kind of fog, you know.
You mean that kind of fog? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do you still have fog, Tin? Or is it still foggy there?
Yeah, and we're going to go into that segment after we do news for Jews, because I want to know what's going on in the Middle East again, if that's okay.
Y'all need to make her a little theme song like Craig has before the news.
Yeah,
we're gonna do dreidel.
Well, I'm not good at that stuff, so if anybody out in chat would like to help us with some like intro shit or
just play Yentl. Play the music from Yentl.
Fiddler on the Roof.
But Hickel, can you tell us what's going on in over in
Well, well, he did. Netanyahu did leave early. He wasn't supposed to leave because he was supposed to stay longer. But he was in such a rush to get back there and make this vote. He did leave like right after his surgery. They had a meeting and the high court did okay most of Ben Giver's laws, but nixed the part giving him control over investigating. And that's why Netanyahu came back, because, you know, he's got that investigation going. And that's why he planned, we think, that he planned his surgery right then. And Gallant left the Knesset, but he may return. Some people expect him to return. Gallant really had some disagreements over the hostage talks and the PA closure. He felt that they were stalling on the hostage talks and not doing all they could. So, of course, there was Hanukkah, so things were slowed down, but it seemed like the leaders went on and was doing things while the holidays was there to keep it out from the eye of the Jewish people. But that's about all that. Oh, wait, there was a, let me pull this up, make sure I don't mess up the name. They found some coins. I can't think of what they're called. Let me look at it real quick. I should have had that saved. It's called the Miracle Hoard of Hasmonean Coins. They were discovered during Hanukkah in the Jordan Valley dig. And they're very rare coins dated back to 80 and 79 BCE during the reign of Judah Maccabees.
Man.
So that was
Old
kind of
Testament.
interesting.
Yeah,
See
Old
what?
Testament stuff. I said Old Testament stuff, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of interesting that they discovered those. It says that was they considered it a Hanukkah miracle, so I don't know. But that was kind of interesting. But that's about all that's going on over there. I know Tin want to tell about the fog because we all want to hear about that.
Yeah, the fog. Jay, get up here.
Yeah, tell him, get up here.
He's like, no. Come on, Jay, get up here.
He's being grumpy today.
He's being grumpy.
Somebody burp Jay. Pick him up and burp him, man. He'll come on.
And Hey Hawk out there. Who else snuck in? And Snowball. And Julie.
Tin?
Yeah.
Did you know that the government had used the fog spray? Did you find any of that in what you were studying?
Yeah, there is a patent, and you guys, I don't know, is anybody else getting the fog?
Well,
because I got it this morning even.
But the U.S. Army sprayed it apparently from let me see, I think it was 1949 for 20 years, from 1949 to 69. They conducted over 200 biological weapon warfare tests with fog over San Francisco. And they sprayed a bacteria, and the Navy did this. It was called Sriracha, Sriracha.
Makes people
Larson.
cry.
And it was a mist in San Francisco, which they hid from the people and caused many ailments. And that was done back from 49 to 69, and they did that out there in San Francisco. So they've done this before. So they can't tell us we're crazy.
Well, and I guess last year around this time, there was some strange fog too, before, right after Christmas. So it almost seems like a replay. That's why I thought last year was when the RV had went, but here's a bunch of different stuff I found within the last, here's in the last 10 hours. Let me see if.
Has the fog finally reached the mountains of Colorado? I felt so blessed after seeing all these videos on TikTok about the fog. And here's what's even more insane is that the new year of 2023 moving into 2024, the same exact thing happened when I was living in Tennessee. And even then, I thought something was weird about it because it doesn't look like normal fog. It looks like there's tiny particles within it. And I felt pretty blessed, to be honest, because the fog never reached where I live. I live about 8,000 feet elevated in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, and the fog never reached us. In fact, even today, when I was driving to work, it didn't reach us at all. It was only when I was driving into work today that I literally saw a thick layer of fog as I went down the mountain to go into where I work. In fact, this was my drive to work this morning after the fog hit. You couldn't see anything. Now, I don't know for sure if this is the same type of fog because I do know that we tend to live in the clouds up here, which means there are cloud formations that are literally a part of our atmosphere when you're this high up. But this doesn't feel like that. This doesn't feel like that. It kind of feels like that. But then when you think about the fact that it's, I don't know, almost 10:30 in the morning, that seems very odd to me, especially because yesterday it wasn't so hot. Yes, it got a little warmer than normal, but it wasn't hot. It was still very chilly yesterday. There's no reason why this fog should be here right now. So I'm proper pissed. I hope I don't get sick again because I just finally started feeling better after being sick for the past month and a half. I don't know what type of chemical warfare they're doing right now, but I'm sick and tired of it, and it needs to stop. Yeah, that'd be nice. Anyway, gotta go to work. Bye. Love you.
Buffering on X says, I'm sure it's harmless. Sure.
All right, but what about this? She said she's at a very high elevation and she's getting this fog. What if that is possibly a chemtrail? It's just,
closer
maybe it came down a little bit or whatever, So, you know what I'm saying?
Well, York, I have a theory. Did you notice we got a bunch of rain hit the south and it kept going over the same line? And it looked like it originated from a spot in the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
Way out there, but it looked like, one spot. We've already heard about these flying things in New Jersey and that they're possibly coming from submarines. What if this is something being released via the sub from our friends of Chai Chai? What if that's, they're trying to weather manipulate us?
Could be.
Let's go back and look at a couple of shorts that I did right before Christmas, you guys, because the weather, generally, the wind blows from the west to the east. Okay, I think this one was before Christmas and it was really foggy, and this was in the middle of the day. Heavy.
Oh, I love this music.
There's the fog, the creepy fog. The fog is going on. Yeah, fog. This is not normal fog. Not normal. And the thing is like every 2 hours I took another video. I haven't uploaded them, but you guys, I was here all day, and it seems like I feel like they're building it up on this side, and we don't notice it because on the coastline it's normal to have fog, down by the water and along the ocean, but it's over here in Eastern Washington really heavy. And my ears have been ringing, and I feel like they're using something to move it, like vibration wise, like possibly that harp thing. I don't know. This is for entertainment purposes only. We don't give out any medical, legal advice. We're just a bunch of crazy people talking a bunch of shit. Okay?
But didn't they say that there was going to be four things come right after Trump's inaugurated? They said there will be 4.
Alabama Cherokee chick, and somebody else mentioned this. They said to look up smart dust, or they mentioned smart dust. Smart dust is a wireless network of tiny sensors that collect and transmit data from their environment.
Wow.
The sensors are about the size of a grain of sand and can detect light, temperature, movement, sound, chemicals, air pressure, vibration, and magnetism. Smart dust is based on the same concept as Internet of Things devices. That's crazy. So y'all could be sucking in little robots.
Tina, it should be in your text message. I sent something to you about smart dust.
It sounds like that stuff we used to put on our tongue. You remember?
And the thing is they put all that into the air and stuff. It just makes it easier to use us as wetware because we're energy and they're doing stuff to us. But it's also people are thinking that it's making them get sick.
Is fog and then people getting sick, because hear me out. About 4 or 5 days ago, I was on TikTok and one of my friends had posted that there had been fog in her area for the last 3 to 4 days before that. And I was like, that's weird. I wonder if she lives anywhere near me, because I'm in Southeast Nebraska and it had been doing exactly that for the last 3 to 4 days. I believe she said she was from Houston or something. But then I look at her other comments, and people from all over the United States are talking about they have also experienced fog in these comment section, and people from Pennsylvania and Houston and southeastern Nebraska and Colorado are all experiencing this fog, and we are geographically in very different areas. That's strange. Now, people, Oregon, Florida, like all over the place, are saying that they've experienced this exact same thing. I understand it's cold and flu season, whatever. This could be just a weird coincidence, but is there something going on?
Okay, so I went down as I was doing research on this fog. You guys went down a lot of the comments, and people were saying, like one of them said, yeah, it's in California. Another person said it's smart dust. They said it's in Romania, New York, Georgia. I kept going down on all these other, also in Europe, but the only continent, in Australia, guys, but the only continent that they said they're not doing it to is Africa. And I got that all from TikTok. And that's from people that live in Africa. Because I was literally going down these comments, you guys, seeing what people, because TikTok, was the same in the UK right there. Same in the UK and Europe. There was ones at South Carolina, Chicago. And it's worldwide, but a bunch of people said it wasn't in Africa.
Not Africa.
Why not Africa?
Because they're crazy, and you don't want to do any. Think about every wild thing comes out of Africa. You don't want to incite that. You leave Africa alone.
And remember,
Bill Gates.
weeks ago, right before Christmas, Shift went into the hospital and with a weird pneumonia, and it was the second time that she had gotten it. And she said that there was a whole bunch of people that were in there with this non-viral pneumonia, and it's like, oh, okay, non-viral, then that means it's not contagious per person, but how people, and they're not
get it.
Yeah, how they get it. So is anybody getting the fog, and are you getting sick? Let's all, write this down, and
I have a suggestion. We should all go to Africa for safari, just until shit cools down.
Come to think of it, we had a fog from hell about a month ago here. I didn't even think about it till just now. I mean, it's like, you could see your hand in front of your face, but you couldn't see the road or the fence or the boat or, it was thick.
It's scary. Yeah, because AB texted me, get me all worried. Hey, my buddy's been talking about this fog. It's been getting people sick. So then it was foggy one morning. I didn't go hunting because I was worried about sitting in it and breathing it in. So I just stayed home.
Cheryl Rich trying to hide from us. That's another point.
True.
I'm sorry.
Ken, I posted that link in the back chat for you if you feel like you want to play it. It's explaining what Craig talked about. It's a short thing, I think.
Let me see if I can pull this up.
I like shorts.
What were you saying, hon?
I just said that Cheryl Rich said in the comments, what are they trying to hide from us? Like, is that what it is? They're trying to keep us from seeing something.
I saw a video on that.
Drones too.
I hadn't thought about that.
What about the cloud curtain? You remember in World War II, Yorga, they would do a cloud curtain.
Smoke screen.
Yeah.
Cola, have you had fog?
I haven't seen any, and I have not been sick, so not yet. But somebody.
See, I haven't.
Sorry.
I haven't either. No, I'm sorry. Cola and I are both in Kentucky. That's why I was asking her. Because, see, I haven't seen it either.
I thought that was right. I just found that out the other day. I said, how did I not know that? But, yeah, I haven't seen any yet.
But you were also explaining because you have some mountains, you thought maybe that it was kind of going around you guys?
They say the Appalachian Mountains that the weather, the wind hits it, and it pushes it up, so the fog can't come down, because when the wind comes, because it comes from the west and the north, it hits those, and so it pushes it up. It can't come down here, and we haven't had any of that.
It was real windy the other day. Like, I did notice that, but I haven't seen any fog yet. I hope not.
Colleen Daw says she's been sick for 2 weeks. Now I have never been this sick.
And I feel like another big bloom of it's going to be going across the United States because they're really building it up hard over here. And if they've already pushed it over the Cascades over to where I'm at, then it's just going to go east, you guys. And this is not normal. This looks like if I was in Seattle and it was a Seattle morning, but it usually burns off by 10 or 11 o'clock too. This shit ain't burning off.
It stays all day long?
Yeah, it's been there.
Longer.
All day, like days and days. I've been complaining about not getting any sun and how it's making me kind of sick in my stomach, because like lack of vitamin D. You know what I mean?
That's what Jerry
You said there was water in your ear or something?
Yeah, I've been having ear problems too. So I don't know. And then when they activate this frequency, because you guys, that's what they do. Remember, that's why the clouds look all rippled and shit, and yeah, and I could feel it in my ear for a couple days there, and they would do it in spurts. Yeah, okay,
They're messing with us. They're messing with us.
And if I didn't have water in that one ear right now, I probably wouldn't notice it. But I've had swimmer's ear type of thing, right?
She does have swimmer's ear. She wears a little cap. She goes out there and she does dance moves in the water. It's awesome.
Synchronized and everything.
Synchronized swimming.
But yeah, no, I'm thinking that's what they're doing, and you guys across the United States are going to get a big more's coming.
So, but your initial thought would be, my first thought is stay inside. Craig didn't go hunting because of it. Like, what if they really are hiding something? And maybe it doesn't, it could get you sick, but also that's my first thought. And I'm still going to go with it. I'm not going to go out in the fog if I can.
I'm going to do what Dr. Crispy in chat says. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to shave my tummy. That's the best comment I've seen all night. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Crispy.
Well,
now I want to do it.
Well, shave your tummy, but make sure you're sitting down.
Okay. I'll do it right now.
And Lisa Starry said her ears have been ringing extremely loud too the past few days. Yeah, it was just the past few days seemed more intense than today. And I feel like they're trying to build something up, and who knows. And remember I showed you that one stratospheric aerosol spray that was darker and thicker than normal, and that was over my town a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden now everybody else is getting hit with it. We were talking about it on the West Coast. It just hadn't gone viral till it hit over the Rockies, I think.
Y'all are expecting it over there. Y'all are always getting hit with some kind of crap control.
And you notice that it's, ever since, the Dior bags and all that stuff, they were talking about those up in the air, and now they're covered them all up because they don't want you looking to see what they're doing with them. Yeah, they call them the Dior bags. Yeah, that's the new code name for it, you guys. Yeah.
Garrett, good to see you, Garrett. Everybody, Garrett's in the chat.
Garrett.
I'm sorry.
Tim, do you have central air with a filter? Because I saw one woman checked her filter in her central air unit, and it was black.
Yeah, I saw another woman's video, and I can't find that for the show here, but she has this one that shows the parts per million in the air, and it was in the red for the last 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
And Buffering said Seattle's the testing zone. Yeah, I would imagine so. Because see, over there, if you get fog, you don't think nothing of it. Like San Francisco, you get fog. San Francisco fog, you don't think about it. You know what I mean? But when you start getting in places where you shouldn't, and then all the particles in it too. Because I saw some on my cameras last night. And I was like, is that snow? And I went outside and it's like, no, it's not really snow. I don't know, you guys, but the fog stuff, it's kind of freaky, like that movie,
There was the Stephen King one?
So
the original one with Bridget What was her name?
Adrienne Barbeau. It's called The
Adrienne
Fog
Barbeau. Oh
by,
my gosh, Yorga had such a crush on her.
John Carpenter. Yeah, I know you had a crush on her. Did you ever actually look at her face, or were you just staring at her coconuts the whole time?
No, I loved her the whole thing. I loved the whole.
I
whole
loved her
package.
coconuts. I'm going to be honest with you.
I loved her in Escape from New York too.
What do you call them, coconuts?
I'm trying to think of a phrase that won't offend people and get us kicked off the air.
Yeah, because that's pretty good though.
Nice coconuts.
She did have nice coconuts.
She had more than just. She had like a lot of them. I mean, let's just say they were big coconuts.
So okay. So now we're all kind of anti-mask, right? So we're anti-mask, right?
Yeah.
But was that all to make us that way so that maybe now when we need them, we won't wear them? Because I thought maybe if you're out in that fog, maybe you should wear a light mask to keep that stuff. Because it's one thing to breathe germs. God made our body to fight germs, but He didn't make our body to fight chemicals.
Right.
True.
That is true.
I wonder if an N95 would help in this situation, because who knows what's in that stuff.
The Army gives out pants and shirts that have charcoal in them.
Yeah.
So
some of that.
Yeah, so I would actually there are light face masks that have charcoal filters in them. And that'd be what I would get because the charcoal does filter chemicals.
I'm going to suck all that stuff up.
He's going to get high on it.
I'm going to get high off of this shit. I'm going all the way, y'all.
I know I have all my air purifiers on in the house on high last few days. And my husband did change out the filters, and they were kind of dirty, come to think of it.
Maybe it's picking it up.
Probably smart dust.
Yeah.
Smart dust. Yeah. Sorry, I got to say it louder because Chessboard can't hear me because he's old.
Well,
yeah, that video was interesting on smart dust and what all those little things do.
I guess it's nanotechnology, right?
So Hit Gal's got this video here, and I'll speed it up a little bit. But here's a little bit on this smart dust, I guess. Ooh, look how little that is.
So tiny.
Than a grain of sand, create an invisible network that spans the globe. Today, I'm diving into the fascinating world of smart dust, the tech that could revolutionize everything from environmental monitoring to healthcare. So what exactly is smart dust? These are minuscule devices equipped with sensors, communication capabilities, and sometimes even computing power. Picture countless microscopic sensors scattered across a forest, constantly gathering data on temperature, humidity, and even pollution levels. This isn't just science fiction, it's happening right now. Think about the potential in healthcare. Imagine these tiny sensors being used to monitor a patient's vital signs in real time, providing doctors with an uninterrupted stream of data. It could lead to quicker diagnoses and more personalized treatments. Smart dust could even be deployed in disaster zones, offering critical information about structural damage or locating survivors. But it doesn't stop there. The agricultural sector could see a massive transformation. Farmers could monitor soil conditions, moisture levels, and crop health with unprecedented accuracy. This means better yields, less waste, and more sustainable practices. In urban areas, smart dust could be used to monitor air quality, noise levels, and traffic patterns, making our cities smarter and more responsive. Now, you might be wondering, how does all this data get transmitted? These tiny sensors communicate wirelessly, creating a mesh network that relays information back to a central hub. This allows for real-time data collection and analysis on a scale that was previously unimaginable. Of course, with great power comes great responsibility. The idea of pervasive monitoring raises valid concerns about privacy and security. It's crucial that as we advance this technology, we also develop robust safeguards to protect individual freedoms. Looking ahead, the possibility...
Nice coconuts.
So they could very well be dumping that stuff, but they have, we're just in the beginning phase of it. The second phase, moral and the privacy thing about it. Like if they're doing that, it's gonna really piss me off.
Phase 2, but look how they sell it to you. They say, oh, it's going to help with farming. It's going to do all these great things when really they have other intentions for this technology.
Well, and
that's what I was going to say.
They show you guys the coconuts. That's all they got to do is show the coconuts.
Jorga's ready for it. He saw the coconuts. He's sold.
Yeah, I'm on board. Let me sniff some money.
Where can I buy that robot?
So I remember them talking about something like nanoparticles when everybody was getting those tests all the time. And like, what if that only works if you have nanoparticles? If you didn't get the, or if it like works with
good point.
I mean, I just kind of hope for it because I know most of us stayed away from that as much as possible, and then it wouldn't really affect us.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I've heard the phrase, they talked about nanoparticles a lot, and they said something about the swabs, which I know a lot of people had to get them. I don't know what it really does or doesn't do, but
they were like little miniature robots moving around in the bottle. Right?
I don't know if it's real, but I saw some stuff on that too during the time.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, I don't know.
It showed when you went in an elevator, it showed a woman walk through an elevator and it sensed her and it called her apartment and opened her door for her. I was like, yeah, right.
What about the blue lights? You remember the blue lights? Wasn't that part of that whole thing?
Yeah. AB said he saw those go, remember they were installing those in the highway lights.
Yep, at the exits.
Right. And what are these new light bulbs that they're having us do, LED or
all these? Suck.
They're purple. It's a thing. Yeah.
The light's different. You're right.
I keep wondering what they're doing that for, but I don't know because they're not just going to tell us. The one thing I heard was that it makes it. This doesn't seem possible, but they said like it'll make it hard for someone that's shooting up to not be able to see to shoot up. I'm like, that is a crazy reason to change all the lights. Can't be that big of a thing. But I did hear that one time, but I don't think that's the real reason. That can't be the only reason. I guess because parking lots, I don't know, but that's just something. Only thing I heard as an explanation.
You've been marked. You are marked.
Yeah.
Well, not us. Not a lot of us. So. Oh, by the way, folks, after the show, please go to the comments section. Leave us a comment. We'll read it on the show. And thank y'all so much for being here. We couldn't do it without you. Y'all are our therapy for sure.
Jorga, do you have any show and tell or anything special for this evening?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Can of wasabi flavored pizza.
Oh, I love those. I love Jorga. You know what I do with those? I crunch them up and I put them on tuna. When
I crunch mine up and I snort them. It's terrible.
Oh, that's good.
They're
spicy. Hot dust.
They're spicy and good.
Those are delicious.
That's all I got. I got nothing. I don't know.
Hey, what do those run now? How much are wasabi? How much is that can of wasabi peas nowadays?
I can't remember because I had it in my bunker for the Holocaust. And
oh, good.
I don't know. They actually, believe it or not, they're actually 2 years out of date and they taste fine. They're just like brand new.
I love them.
Yeah, they're good. I just remembered I had some.
Well, that's their good packaging, and they got that little O2 observer in there too. Yeah, that's specific brand does. I get the little like the party mix in that. I like that brand.
Mm-hmm.
You just read Cheryl Rich's comment, didn't you, Jorga? I seen that.
I know. I'm telling her thank you.
I saw him go, what the heck? He's like, she complimented him. I saw it.
I mean, hey.
Your honest reaction like that. That was awesome. He goes, wait.
Jorga, could you show us a little bit of that neck? You got it kind of covered up tonight, and the women love the neck.
Come to the neck, baby.
Oh, my gosh. I like how you pull it down slowly.
Hey,
This was a fun pop-up tonight, and I'm glad Cola was able to come up. And
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Glad you
Thank you guys
came.
so much.
And Hickow, you knocked it out of the park tonight. Great job. And Tin, you knocked it out of the park. Yorga did okay
Everybody
with the
did
wasabi
great.
peas, but you know.
well, and we did miss AB, Pootie, and Agent J and Shift.
I didn't miss. Well, I missed Shift.
And Stephanie.
Oh, and
And
Stephanie.
Steph.
Yeah,
And Steph and Shift.
didn't know about the show. So we're just trying to give you guys a little makeup for all the Tuesdays we missed during the holidays. But we will be back tomorrow, right, Craig?
Yeah, we're coming back tomorrow for
Okay.
another show, another song about Jeff B. Hopefully.
I can't wait.
We'll see what we can put together in short notice. But thank y'all all for being here. We love you. Big time.
Yes, and shout out to the chat. And if you guys could thumbs up before you go out, just because it helps with the algorithm.
Oh, and leave heart comments. Hearts in the comments.
Yeah, he'll read them. He'll read them.
We'll read them.
Oh, and don't forget everybody on X. Thank you, everybody on X. Mwah.
X is the best. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you for hitting the little heart emoji. If you got it on your little phone right now, if you can hit that. But you guys, thank you so much. We all hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. And we will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What time Central and Eastern?
9:05 Central, 7:05 Pacific, which is your time.
Yeah. And I don't know what. Is that the same?
10:05 Eastern.
10:05 Eastern.
10:05.
And you're right, Jason. If they have dirty comments, please, I would like those only on my channel. And directed at me or Yorga. Thank you.
But we love you guys. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Mwah!
Pray for everybody.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize